This Liberty Sports Update is brought to you by Beacon Credit Union.
Coach, wow, what a moment. I know you've been a part of some crazy games throughout the years. You've coached in the SEC. I mean, you've been a part of a lot of stuff, but have you ever been a part of an emotional swing like you experienced there those last couple minutes or last few seconds?
It's hard to quantify, wins that you've had that are like that. But I just know that sitting here today, there's none bigger. And there's none bigger for our kids and our program and our administration, the vision that Dr. Falwell had many years ago. And to not come up here and play just the JV team, but to come play the big boy team and have a chance to compete. And, man, it's just I just couldn't be prouder of the way our kids competed and didn't worry about the scoreboard and just, play the next play. And we knew we were going to have problems stopping them, and I tried to slow the game down and manage it so that we have a chance late in the game, and the plan worked pretty good. And so I'm just, frustrated. I should have ended the game, earlier. Instead of scoring the touchdown, we should have taken a knee, but I really thought with one timeout they would tackle us again, and then we had to get the first to end the game. And that's just I was so mad at myself, and but now it's all forgiven.
What was the thought process there with Barbier? And after obviously he has the one blocked. Was he just trying to get him into range there again at that point, or did you consider just taking a knee and going to overtime?
We had several plans there. I don't know that I want to go through the whole deal, but we were either going to take the first down throw and step out of bounds and then try the field goal, which ultimately ended up happening, or Malik was going to run around for 8 seconds way back there and go to overtime. So that was the plan there. Just he was going to have to. They brought in all of their big offensive linemen for blocks, and from that distance, we actually thought that he could get it there, but he's going to have to kick it so low. And after I saw who they brought in their sub package, I didn't want to try that again. And so then obviously went and took. They gave us the first down throw there to step out of bounds, which got him inside at 35, which we felt really good about.
And then he kicks it there. I mean, what do you say about this kid? I mean, he's been, the consistency has been a little bit up and down this year. I know he's been great in practice, but it hasn't always translated to the games. I mean, for him to have a moment like that, what does that do for this kid?
Well, he was great today, and that's what matters. And we hadn't been perfect all year as coaching staff or as offense, defense, special teams, but we've been perfect together, and he's a part of that. And today he was pretty special, and hopefully that just gives him confidence moving forward because he's got the leg to get the job done.
Last one for me, then I'll turn you over to the media. Malik Willis. I mean, you know he's special. He wasn't perfect today, but he was certainly special when he had to be, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's our guy, and I'm on him all the time about ball security, and he didn't make the right decisions on some reads today, and then tries to do crazy things with the ball sometimes. And again, I thought we did a great job of managing the clock in the second quarter, and I thought, man, we've got some really good plays to call down there if we can ever get down there. And I thought we were going to run the clock out and go into half, up, and obviously that didn't work out because we turned it over. But I've told these kids all week long we were going to climb this cliff today and not worry about the scoreboard until the clock was on 0-0-0. And Malik played like that, and he played a solid second half and made plays for us when he had to.
All right, opening it up. We'll start off with Damian Sorter, led of the news in advance, followed by John Manson of the Sea of Red. Damian, go ahead.
Hugh, on the 59-yard attempt, did you hear the officials whistle the timeout?
Absolutely.
Because it seemed like no one heard anything.
Yeah, I know. They were blowing it. And our line just stopped. I don't know how the white hat didn't hear it, but it was absolutely blown. I saw Fuente standing beside him calling timeout. And I told our kids that probably was going to happen. So.
Coach, what was the moment like in the locker room or on the field, wherever you guys celebrated, just with your team?
Extremely special. You know, you don't get a lot of moments like this in team sports, particularly with a school that's trying to build a program and has, you know, just been FBS for a few years, and now, you know, have 2 wins over Power 5 opponents in year 2 is. It's kind of euphoric, really, and you know, God has been extremely good to us. We've been able to not be too affected by COVID, and injuries have been a little bad at a few positions, but overall pretty good. So, man, we're just thankful that we get to do this together and with a group that loves each other, and obviously it's far from perfect, but man, we stick together, and it's the way they played today.
Next up is Hank Kurz from the AP. Hank, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Congratulations, Hugh.
Thank you.
A lot of people saw this matchup and thought this was when you guys were going to get your comeuppance maybe and find out that you weren't as good as you were, but you guys moved the ball up and down the field. You responded when you needed to respond. What did you learn something more about your team today, or did you know that was the likelihood?
You know, I tell our team all the time, let's make them talk about us. So, you know, I don't know. I guess I like getting talked about, and our team's kind of embracing that. So whoever's, you know, the 19-point underdogs or whatever. Here's what I really believed, Hank. I believe that we could move the football. And I believe if we took care of it, that we had a plan to slow the game enough to have a chance to be in it. I did not think we could stop them. No one has. And that's what I thought. Now, what that means as far as how it shakes out going into it, I couldn't have told you, but I did believe that we were going to move the football and we were going to try to shorten the game. That's the things I did believe, and I also believe we couldn't really stop them. And that O-line is one of the better ones I've seen, even in my days in the SEC. And so that's what I believe going into it.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Chris Heidel.
Hey, Chris Freeze, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on the win this afternoon down at Virginia Tech.
Thank you.
Just talk about, you know, you beat, you know, Syracuse, now you beat Virginia Tech. What is the key to beat a Power 5 team in the ACC? Would you like to go to the ACC and join the league?
You know what? I said that in Just the other day, and I think some people. I'm gonna quit talking about joining leagues. I'm gonna leave it up to Ian and the administration.
And also another question. Talk about your quarterback. You got him from Auburn. You know, how special is he? You know, were you very surprised that he transferred to you guys? You know, after sitting out a year.
No, I wasn't surprised. I mean, I think quarterbacks enjoy playing in our system, and you know, we fit Malik's skill set very, very well, and obviously he knew of my offenses in the SEC, and that's, I think, really why he chose us, is because he saw it firsthand in that league that he was a part of.
Congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
Next question from Mark Berman of the Roanoke Times.
Good afternoon. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Obviously, you came in as a ranked team. You had already beaten an ACC team this year. Can you kind of elaborate on why this is such a special, you know, given all that, why this is still such a special win for your program?
To me, Virginia Tech, I don't have facts to back this up, but to me, over the last 20 years, I've got to say I believe Virginia Tech is a top 25 program in the nation. And believing that and knowing the type of players they have, for us to come to their place and get a victory in year 2 of our full FBS membership, I don't know that I can really put into words really how big it can be. And now I already know I've got a job to do next week to try to get our kids back down to earth and understand how to prepare for another game. And you know, you got to handle successes and then failures, and so far we're we've handled them okay, but I think this will be my biggest challenge for sure, getting them to come off this high. I mean, it's an in-state Power 5 team that affects recruiting, and obviously I have great respect for Coach Fuente. He does an awesome job, and they've got a great program here. So to beat what I consider to be a top 25 program, not just 1 or 2 years, but a lot of years they've been that. And for us to do it this soon in our journey here is pretty special.
And just to clarify on that fourth down pass, you said there were a couple different options, going for the fourth down pass or Malik kind of running around back there, and then you said they gave us the first down throw. Were you kind of pleasantly surprised that they gave you that fourth down, that throw there? And was that, did Malik go into the snap with both those options, or had you already settled on let's go for that, try to get that first down?
Oh no, we had 3 options going on, and the only option of throwing it was if they gave us the throw into the boundary for the first down where we could stop the clock and try the field goal. Other than that, we got to go to overtime. So I don't care how far you run, I don't care what you do, but use the 8 seconds up and we go to overtime. I was getting nervous because the official was standing over the ball, and I knew we had it, and I was like, oh, please hurry up, let us snap it. And, that's a tough call for all of us there. They're thinking Hail Mary, which was an option that thought about, and could have gone to that if, I don't know, he's looking at me, and we could have gone to Hail Mary. That was the third option, Hail Mary, run around, or take the throw for the first down.
Next question's from Oliver Hodgson.
Coach, congratulations from the UK.
I'm sorry?
Coach, congratulations from the UK.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. You spoke, well, you said earlier that you knew you wouldn't be able to stop the attack today. But when we spoke on Thursday, you said the importance of red zone defense would be the key to the win. How frustrated were you to give up the 2 fourth down touchdowns?
Yeah, that was heartbreaking to me, man. I just, Scott and him had a great call on that last slant, and I have to watch the film, but we should have been inside leverage, and no way you get beat on the slant there, and we did. And then on the 2-point conversion, we just had a kid not guard his man and run at the quarterback, and they make you be disciplined every snap, and I think it's what good offenses do. So yeah, it was frustrating that we didn't get some stops, when we needed to, but they've been very good all year, and again, they're playing the number 4 rated offense in the country today, I think. So, it's all good now, but it sure was gut wrenching when you don't get a stop on those 4th downs.
You also joked on Thursday about Virginia Tech giving the ball up like they had against Wake Forest and how that might pay into your hands. Obviously, it was Malik who gave the ball up today. What were those conversations like when he came off the field, having given up those
conversations were very simple. Take care of the dead gum ball. That's pretty much what I have to say to him. And they didn't turn it over today, Virginia Tech, other than the punt, and and we turned it over twice, and I think the punt and us turning it over right before half kind of equaled out, each other, because I think we were going to score either time. We had some really good plays if we could get it down around the 5-yard line, and so you just got to take care of the ball, and we'll keep harping on him.
All right, guys, we have time for 2 more. Ed Lane will be the first one, and then we'll circle back to Damien. Ed, go ahead.
Coach, so often this year we've talked about Malik and what he did running the football and what he did throwing the football. How much of his contributions today came in the intangibles, both not letting the turnovers get him, the team down, and then on top of that, just it seemed like the variance in how you guys called the game, where it was a mixture of slow pace and tempo depending on the situation. Just what does that say about Malik?
Yeah, I probably should have went a little more tempo. We heard him when we did that. But I just was so conscious of, man, just get this thing to the 4th quarter, and be within 1 score or so. And, that's worked for me in my past some and in a couple key games where I thought we were outmatched a little bit. And Malik knows this about me. while I'm going to yell and scream some, he knows that I have the ability to put the ball back in his hands and trust him. I'm not going to – he's our guy. I'm not going to belabor a point of take care of the ball. I'm going to let him know again I didn't think he did a good job on it, and then we're going to move on to next series. Here's what we're going to do. And he thinks, and he's like that. He can put it past him. And listen, it doesn't bother anybody any more than it does him when he turns it over. He cares that much.